Frankie Beverly announces retirement and farewell tour with stop at Kia Forum. Frankie Beverly, lead vocalist for the soul band Maze, has announced his retirement and a final tour to commemorate his 50-year music career. The I Wanna Thank You farewell tour will kick off March 22 at the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, followed by 5 additional stops, including the Kia Forum in Los Angeles on May 12. I want to share with my lifelong fans and associates that I'll be going out on the road one last time, then retire, Beverly said in a statement to Billboard magazine. It's been a ride through the decades. Let the music of my legacy continue. Beverly also said he would hand the microphone off to Tony Lindsay, the former lead singer of Santana. When Beverly leaves, the band's name will change from Maze featuring Frankie Beverly to Maze honoring Frankie Beverly. Beverly's farewell tour is produced by the Black Promoters Collective. His music has contributed to the soundtrack of our lives by enriching our experiences with his soulful melodies. The coalition's chief executive, Gary Guidry, told Billboard, "We are honored to join forces with him on his farewell tour." Tickets for the opening show in Atlanta went on sale Friday at 7 a.m. Pacific. Sale dates for the other tour dates have yet to be announced. The show, promoted by Urban Vibe Entertainment, was billed as the 77-year-old Beverly's final concert in New Orleans, a city that wholeheartedly embraced Maze's easy groove soul and R&B even before the band recorded its landmark 1981 concert album, Live in New Orleans, over 2 nights in November 1980 at the Sanger Theater. The 2024 Essence Festival of Culture plans to salute Beverly, the closing act for the festival's first 15 years, in the Caesars Superdome on July 7. But that will apparently be more of a tribute and not a full Maze performance. Compared to the lavish Essence production, Saturday's presentation at the Smoothie King Center was bare bones. A low backdrop curtain, a modest video screen at center stage, 2 additional screens suspended at the sides of the stage, a couple of simple lighting trusses. Not much more was needed, though bigger video screens and more thoughtfully curated video content would have been a nice bonus. This was a decidedly old-school show, one that focused on music and communal nostalgia. On many levels, it felt like an especially good night from the early years of Essence Fest. It was a collective, feel-good, family reunion-style love fest with a soundtrack, courtesy of the 3 bands and DJ Captain Charles, who spun song snippets between acts, that most in attendance grew up with. The Essence vibes extended to the chilly temperature inside the Smoothie King Center, a fact not lost on the OJ's Eddie Levert. "Y'all, it's cold as asterisk in here," Levert declared soon after arriving on stage. "Might as well be at the North Pole." OJ's boarded the Love Train. The Mighty OJs have declared their current tour to be their last. Levert, who turns 82 on June 16, is finally starting to show his age. His hair and beard are white, and he spent most of the show sitting down. "I fell in love with an inanimate object," he quipped. "I love this chair." During Love Train, the stage screen broadcast a 50-year-old clip of the OJs performing Love Train on the TV show Soul Train. The young Levert exuded an almost feral intensity. That intensity still burns, even though his movement is limited and his voice is more gravelly. He still threw himself into the songs from the confines of his beloved chair, as 80-year-old OJ's co-founder Walter Willem Sr. and latter-day OJ Eric Grant, the 3 OJ's principals, wore matching purple suits. Their 3 backing vocalists rocked red. Hidden in the shadows, the 6 members of the locally recruited horn section, Jason Mingledorf, Mark Mullins, Clarence Johnson, i.e. Jamal Sharif, Alonzo Bowens, and Barney Floyd, wore black. During an hour-long set, the OJs worked through Backstabbers, For the Love of Money, Livin' for the Weekend, Stairway to Heaven, their song, not the Led Zeppelin workhorse of the same name, I Love Music, Family Reunion, and, as Levert put it, songs that helped you make babies. The latter included Sunshine. Levert's voice was strong as Williams and Grant supplied harmonies. If this was the last we'll see of the OJs, they did their legacy justice. Big love for Beverly. At 10:17 p.m., it was time for the main event, a 90-minute mass Maze love affair. Beverly strode on stage, beaming as the band locked into You. The lyrics are addressed at a girl, but he could just as well have been singing to New Orleans. Through all the hard times, you've been my friend / through good and bad. Through thick and thin / sometimes I know I hurt you so / but I could never let you go. They continued with Southern Girl, I Need You, and the audience sing-along, We Are One, which rolled right into Can't Get Over You. The current seven-piece Maze is a revamped version of the band that lit up Essence all those years. Longtime stalwarts such as guitarist Juhu Smith and co-founding percussionist Ron Laurie are gone. The new incarnation, while tight, treats aspects of the Maze catalog differently. Historically, Maze is about locking into an easy, sometimes breezy, seemingly effortless groove. The new Maze sometimes pushed psalms a little harder and played them a little faster. To varying degrees, that was the case on Running Away, Golden Time of Day, and Happy Feelings. Back in Stride went over big, and the familiar intro to Joy and Pain triggered fans to fill the aisles for the electric slide. The best I've ever seen Beverly and company was in the early years of Essence, at the highly emotional 2006 show that was the band's first in New Orleans following Hurricane Katrina, and Maze's Something to Prove returned to Essence in 2015 after a 6-year exile. On Saturday night, Beverly's husky voice was consistently solid. At times, such as during Before I Let Go, when he was bearing down and swaying his shoulders for emphasis, he was very much his old self. No one should have exited the arena on Saturday with the not-so-happy feelings that followed his widely criticized set at the 2023 New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival. Beverly didn't say much about the significance of Saturday night, but others did. For the final number, local singer Tonya Boyd Cannon, wearing white, naturally, literally gave Beverly his flowers while he can still smell them. She showcased her powerhouse voice, fronting Maze for a gospel-tinged I Wanna Thank You, singing directly to Beverly on behalf of New Orleans. He seemed genuinely moved by the moment, trading Lord Have Mercy with her. As I Wanna Thank You wound down, a brass band, a pair of Mardi Gras Indians in full regalia, and a gaggle of black and red-clad dancers from the crew of Femme Fatale converged on the stage, surrounding Beverly in a celebratory scrum. It was one final New Orleans embrace for Frankie Beverly, at least until Essence. Frankie Beverly, the legendary lead vocalist of Maze, has announced his retirement in a farewell tour to honor his extraordinary career, having delighted audiences for more than 50 years with his silky voice and soulful melodies. The highly anticipated performance at the Kia Forum in Los Angeles on May 12 is one of the 6 stops on the I Wanna Thank You farewell tour, which is scheduled to begin on March 22 in Atlanta. The soul and R&B genres have relied heavily on Beverly's music, with hits like Before I Let Go and Joy and Pain becoming enduring standards for countless generations. It's been a ride through the decades, Beverly said, thanking his fans as he got ready to give his farewell bow. Let my legacy's music live on. One of soul and R&B music's most recognizable voices is getting ready to retire from the stage, and Frankie Beverly's farewell tour signifies the end of an era for these genres. His soundtrack contributions to countless lives have left a lasting impression on music history, and his farewell performances will undoubtedly honor his enduring legacy. Beverly's music will live on as he hands the reins to Tony Lindsay and the newly named Maze honoring Frankie Beverly. The I Wanna Thank You farewell tour is more than just a run of shows. It's an opportunity for fans to unite one last time in celebration of the man whose voice has been a constant companion through life's highs and lows, as well as a tribute to a lifetime of artistic achievement.